Hello and welcome to episode 117 of the Don Michele sponsored A View from Section C. It is the playoff edition numero 3. Senior, we've had two of
Junior?
these already. We're now in our third
Yeah.
playoff edition episode because we made the playoffs.
We made the
Premise.
playoffs. About
Get our
fucking time. Yeah.
But
It was worrying, but we made it. Listen, doesn't matter how you get there, eh? We got there. It's now what we do is what matters now.
Indeed.
That's the main thing. But yeah.
Indeed.
How are you?
Shattered still, to be fair.
Oh, Dreyer, you went to fucking Ireland. Get what I mean? It wasn't as if you were at the other side of the world.
8 games we had, and then assessed a load of other ones. And I was waiting to say what I was going to say, and I know you already know because you already grassed on us to mum a couple of nights out. So we got grassed on to my mum for going to a nightclub on Saturday night.
Oh, there you go. What the fuck? No wonder you didn't want your wife going to Ireland with you. Oh, she's now I'm off that fucking nightclub in Ireland. Oh, see you there.
To be fair, they've already told them the dates for next year. They've already booked the hotel rooms for me for the two to go. So, but yeah, no, come on,
As in you and Shannon.
Yeah, I wasn't even going to go out. Come out for an hour or so, right? Okay, we'll go out. I went out the first night properly. Went out to hard cup, right? Went out. I'll tell you, the place was a fucking shithole. It was a fucking dive.
I actually think out though, did it?
No, fuck out. We were out for about 45 minutes and back up the road again. The lot of it.
Yeah, okay.
I'll tell you that, and a lot of folk listen to this. Obviously, it's a Dundee Stars podcast, based on the Dundee Stars podcast. A lot of folk will ken this when I say this, but it was actually worse than Liquid. That's how bad a fucking nightclub it was. It was worse than Liquid in the Toon. It was fucking terrible. So back up.
I'll show my age and say I don't even care what you're speaking about.
Look, you ken where Liquid is. Liquid's the inn next to across the road from the Lidl at the back of the Overgate.
Oh, across the road from where the Coconut Grove used to be.
Yes, now you're showing your age.
Now I'm showing my age. Yeah.
Stella will ken that because she's about your age.
Yeah, definitely. And that was the days where I didn't have a season ticket for the Stars. I had the season ticket for the Coconut Grove.
Jesus Christ! So,
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Oh dear.
But no, it was good though, Senior. It was good to be away. Good to see some. I'll tell you, to see the standard of universities in Ireland, well better than the UK. Well better. Certainly better than fucking Scotland anyway. No, it was good. Some FIBA refs there. It was good. So yeah, had a good time. But fucking still just knackered. I didn't want to go back to work today. But how are you? How was your week?
My week's alright. I'm fucking knackered. I'm on this fucking constant early shift now. It's like the say is, could you work 7 to 3? Yeah. It's okay if I'm up, could I come in early? Yeah, no, but 4:30. Is that early enough? Yeah, but it means I got away early. But yeah, sun's shining, being glorious. It's going to get warmer the next couple of days, so early finish. Get him.
I'm going to get the hot tub set up this week.
Yeah, I don't think the weekend's meant to be, but
yeah, we get it set up for. I'll just work for the hot.
That's me yawning.
Fucking hell! Right, let's move on then. Fucking hell, Senior's yawning. We'll start off with
10 past 5. We've been on here for 4 minutes 30 seconds, and that's me yawning. Oops.
So, the MBE Balloting Services sponsored two-way watch. So there was only the one game for the two-way watch, which was Josh and the Kestrels. So the Kestrels with a big win at the weekend against the Edinburgh Capitals at home by 7 goals to 5. No points for Josh, but certainly a vital 2 points for them, because obviously they'll be wanting that top seed for that group rather than finishing second and probably ending up with the Rockets. I'm assuming that's how it's going to go, 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 in the other groups. So a big 2 points for them. With Rockets talk, the Dundee Rockets were at home to the famous Paisley Pirates. And surprisingly, the Pirates got it to overtime. It was a 5-4 win for the Rockets, though. Real Page chipping in with yet another goal this season. Ross Paul, 2 for Ben Brown, and Lewis McIntosh with the overtime winner. Senior standings for the SNL playoffs. Rockets done theirs, played 4, won 4, top of the group. Happy days. We're good. We're done.
Yeah, we're done. We're in.
However, this is where it comes into a wee bit of play now for the Pirates and Aberdeen, with obviously Dom in the goal, Rowan, Mills, and obviously the injured Gary Kelly for the rest of the season. But a point picked up, a valuable point picked up for Paisley against the Rockets. Now Paisley go, basically they're home and away with Aberdeen, so it depends on what happens there. They're currently a point ahead of Aberdeen. Edinburgh top of their group, 4 points to 3. Kestrel's also 4 points to 3. They both play North Ayr in their last games.
So how does it work if the Caps and Kessels finish level on points? Will it
A
go
good question.
split games, head to head, and then potentially go down to goals?
I'm sure they have it on the SIHA website under the playoffs part.
You would think that when it comes to the final four, what is it? One, what way would they do it? 1 and 4 and 2 and 3, or something like that, or one versus 2 in each group. So the Rockets, looking at that table just now, the Rockets would have the Kessels and Paisley would have the Caps. Yeah,
Rockets
winners,
will have the
runners up.
Kestrels, Caps, tough Paisley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Caps and Kessels, I think, have both got Wild to play. They both win them. They'll finish 6 points each. And I'm just wondering, if they've split the games, that would be 1 win each. That would be, how does it go for there? It might go down to goal differential, which could possibly see the Caps scrape through it.
Yeah, and it doesn't say anything on the website, surprisingly. I think it is that 1v2 and 1v2 in the other groups. But
I would think
so. Rockets, happy days, they're through, done and dusted. They're just sitting waiting on their opponents now. But still 2 trophies to play for them to get that treble, and then the open top bus through the city centre, and then Jeff Hutchins gets the key to the city if it happens as well.
That's it. Yeah.
Right. Looking at ourselves. So 51 Club sponsored game reviews. So we were away to the... Let's go for it. Last time this season.
Go for it.
The Pishy-Wishy, South Lanarkshire, North Lanarkshire, Hamilton, Braehead, Renfrewshire, Cumbernauld, Airdrie, Glasgow Clan.
9 you got.
9. Fucking hell, that's a good end.
9.
So, Cade Nielsen put the Clan 1-0 up in the first period at 16:45. Stars answered in the second with 2 unanswered goals through Xavier Pouliot, assisted by Brian Dow and Keanu Yamamoto at 23:15. Spencer Nass assisted by Sekos and Pouncey at 26:41. Quick goal into the third period by Liam Finlay at 43:01 tied the game. Went to overtime, and Rylan Schwartz at 62:41 giving Clan the additional point, but a very much needed valuable point for the Stars, knowing that Manchester had beat Guildford.
Yes.
Was a big
The
point.
only listen, what did we say? Get into Glasgow and come out with a point, minimum.
Yeah.
And they done that. And I think the only sort of negative I could probably come out with it is that they had that early goal again, 3 minutes this time, and the start of the third. We went 1-0 down, and I'm thinking, late goal, we might be up against it now. And then to go into the third leading 2-1, you're thinking, come on, they guys they've turned up. And then it's 2-2. And by all accounts, we were outshot. Not heavily, but we were outshot quite a bit. Big Fisket were in it at times again. And I think if we got to 60 minutes, would we have preferred the 2 points? Of course we would have. But before the game, if we'd been offered to take 1 point and not travel, I think we would have took it.
Yeah.
I always thought that Manchester were going to beat Guildford. Always. It must be like Guildford. It's probably the longest trip coming up to us. Manchester will be quite a wee bit with a decent jaunt for them, and on a Friday, and it's a Friday night game. It's a shithole they're going into. It's just not what Guildford are used to. So I was always on the fence that, or on the side that Manchester were going to win. We needed to get something for Glasgow, and we got it. So
yeah. So
job done
obviously,
as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. So obviously, if it was, we needed the point, considering Manchester had won. We're going into it thinking, right, okay, Fife, they'll roll over in Fife quite easily. Put them on their arse, and Fife come out with an overtime winner against them, which was absolutely massive on the Saturday night.
Oh, definitely. And I know that they still got a point out of it, and that could have been a big point for them in Fife. There was just something at the back of my mind on the Saturday. See, on the Friday night, I totally forgot about this, and it was Dutium's jersey retiring.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, no way are they going to let down at their last home game after the shit season that they've had, and at Todd Dutium's jersey retiral. They are not going to lie down. If anything, they're going to do the opposite. And this is going to be the game of the weekend where they're going to lay everything on the line. And by all accounts, I spoke with Jordan and that on Saturday, and they were saying that that's what they'd done. They were absolutely spent by the time they came to playoffs. But yeah, great effort by Fife. It was just a pity they couldn't get it done in the 60 minutes, because it did make Sunday a wee bit squeaky, because then you suddenly think Fife have maybe just spoiled Manchester's playoffs, and they would fucking love to spoil our playoffs as well.
Yeah. So going into Sunday, level on points with Manchester, we were above them in the table on the points difference because we had the game in hand. Had we not had the game in hand and we were level on games, Manchester would be above us because of regulation wins. And boy, are we glad that Fife spent their whole Saturday night playing hard and getting a win to celebrate for Dutium, because it left it with this for us. Philippe Sodge got Stars off to a quick start at 3:09, assisted by Kyle Pouncey and Brett Gravel. Brian Dow made it 2 on the power play at 11:10, assisted by Nas and Sekos. Craig Moore jumping in with a goal, again assisted by Nas, and Cole McDonald had a farm at 16:25. End of the first period. Cameron Kiley made it 4, again on the power play, assisted by O'Connor and Gravel at 24:17. Fife got a consolation goal through Massimo Carosa at 38:20. And then 2 goals in the third period sealed the deal. Brendan Harms, assisted by Zach Sekos at 52-22, short-handed. And Big Pooh in the goals again, assisted by Joy McBean and Craig Garrigan at 58-41. Stars with a 6-1 win, 2 points, and the X next to the name.
Yeah. We were in the queue, myself, Shannon, Crawford, Moore, speaking about the game and how we would think it would pan out. And I must admit, even in the queue, I was still a bit iffy. Thinking, fuck, they've done something on the Saturday. They might just turn up again on the Sunday. And we said what we should do, we should get out there, the Stars should jump over them, get on top of them early and see what happens, try and get a couple of early goals, and at 10 minutes you're 2-0 up. I think it was 16 minutes we're 3-0 up. And at that time I think everybody began to relax a wee bit because we just couldn't see any way back for Fife, and then we go 4-0 up, and then we're thinking, yeah, game's over. And it was. Yeah. I think Fife played well, but I think at 4-0 up, I think we slowed down a bit. I think we took the foot off the gas a bit. They got to 4-1, then they went on the power play, and that could have made a difference. I've certainly if they'd got to 4-2, but we get the short-handed goal, and then I think the icing on the cake for everybody was Big Pouliot getting 2 in 2 games, and he comes up with another snipe. Listen, the young lad, he was in the goal, and I think Pouliot and him had a bit of a laugh about it at the handshakes. But it was, you know what, it was a good night. It was a fantastic crowd. It was loud. Fife had a big crowd across, and it made it what it should have been. It was a good night out at the ice hockey. What I will say is I thought it was good at the end that both teams lined up and shook hands. I thought that was a good gesture by both sets of clubs to do that, because I think they were just ready to go to their blue lines, and then I seen a couple of players. It might have been Dryden, and it might have been the two captains, or it might have been there was a couple anyway. Then the next thing, both sets of players are come together, and it was good to see. So, but yeah, we needed 2 points, and we certainly got them. And as you say, the big X's went right next to the name.
Yeah, well, I am glad though that my my players to watch out for Fife did come through, and Mr. Voris being shite again. A nice little wee Voris meltdown when he's standing and trying to throw Harmsy and that out the way, and I was really hoping
square up. I must admit, he squared up with the referee. I can't mind if it was Toby or Brown, but he certainly went behind. And he went behind the goal.
From a very good source, I believe Toby Craig, and in no uncertain terms, told him to fuck right off.
However,
somebody said they read the lips of fuck right off.
Right. So I'm going to say something, right? So
I hope it's true.
I can. I'm not sure if this bit's true, right? So the first goal went to review for a high stick.
Yeah,
right.
I saw that.
And it was obviously given. The second goal went to a review because Voris, after he'd been dealt the fuck off by Toby Craig, went to Curran and told him there was interference. And Curran was at him, no, it was interference. So he challenged it. And then, I don't know if you've seen it, right? And for those who can see us on YouTube, you'll see Toby Craig comes out on the ice and he goes, because everybody was like, wait a minute, what's happened? He came out and he just went, it was like he chopped it off.
You see that in the highlights.
So I'm thinking to myself, is it because it's the last game of the season, right? But, we still had a lot to play for at this time, right? If it had been a dead rubber game, and both teams had either we'd qualified the couple of nights before and stuff like that, or it was just a dead rubber game, and he thought, we'll just say a bit of banter. It had been funny, but everybody was sort of like, wait a minute, what's happened here? And then I thought, I wonder if he's done that to fucking just to be a dick to Voris.
That'd be hilarious if it was. Absolutely hilarious if it was. Toby, if it is, let us know. Get in touch.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It was absolute quality. Or is it because he's getting that old now, right?
He maybe forgot.
He forgot.
By the time you walk through the timekeeper's box to the ice bed.
Oh no, it's a goal.
Oh shit, sorry, my bad.
But I'll tell you, he got a lot of people. A lot of people he got, including myself, because I thought he chopped it off and then he's gave it. What the fuck's he playing at?
Yeah.
But yeah.
So yeah. So league standings as it finishes for the season. Fife Flyers bottom in 10th place, 12 points through 54 games, just 5 wins. That might be a new Elite League record, by the way, being that low. We'll need to have a look at that, senior. Manchester in 9th, 47 points. Stars, that last playoff spot with 49. Glasgow in 7th with 55 points. Guildford in 6th at 57. Coventry mid-table again with 64 points. A great achievement for Kevin Moore in his first season with the Blaze. Cardiff in 4th, 68 points. Nottingham, and again, what a season they've had, in 3rd, 74 points. Sheffield in 2nd with 77. And Belfast League champions on the final day with 80 points.
Yeah, we made it. And I said it a few weeks ago, if Belfast win the league, I'd be happy enough to finish 8th. Out of the top 4 teams, I think they're the one that we could beat.
I don't know. I think it could be any of them, to be fair.
I'm not too sure, Junior.
Onward day, I think we could be any of them.
Nah. I can't see we beating Sheffield.
To be fair, I actually can't see we beating any of them away from home. I can see we beating them at home, but I can't see we beating any of them away from home.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is our final league standings.
So, would you like my man of the match from the Fife Flyers game?
Yes, I would.
Okay. I don't think it'll make much difference to our sort of man of the match of the year. Man of the match of the year. Craig Moore.
Craig Moore,
yes. Craig Moore played very well on Sunday. I must admit, big fist got it. And there was a few puzzled looks around me that Jarrett had got it. He played well, I must admit. But I just didn't think he'd got it. There was actually a couple of shouts for Pouliot to get it.
You
know, big Pouliot played well. But yeah, Craig Moore for me. I thought he had a steady game, and he rounded it off with a lovely goal.
Craig Moore, it is. Okay then. Well, it's only time for one thing, though, senior. It's your good, the bad, and the ugly.
So it's difficult when you've just qualified for the playoffs to come up with a bad and an ugly. And I've sort of mixed them together slightly. So, but the good is we've made it. We're there. We've got a playoff edition podcast. So that is the good. We've made the playoffs. The bad, right? And as I say, the bad and the ugly tend to go together. And I actually might have thought that the club, along with the rank, may have changed the face-off time on Sunday. Right? I thought they may have looked at going even just an hour later, even to 6 o'clock. Or going back to 6:30, just to give the players a little bit extra time with the travel. I don't think any of the fans would have had an issue with that. I really don't. If it allowed us just to get that wee bit extra rest, because it is a tough travel to Belfast. I would imagine the team will go across on probably Friday,
More than
possibly.
likely.
So they're there on Saturday, and then they'll come back probably Saturday night. I think the supporters club ferries at, I think it's about 11:30 at night, 10:30, 11:30 at night, something like that. I'm probably going to say the players will potentially be on the same boat, unless they fly. You never know. They might get flown there and back. I just don't know what their travel arrangements will be, but the travel is a bit of a nightmare. And especially when you're away on the Saturday and at home on the Sunday, you're travelling twice. And I just maybe thought that they could have maybe looked at just changing that face off a wee bit. And listen, you never know, Belfast might do a favour, Junior. They might turn up fucking late again, like what they normally do now when they come into Dundee. So, but yeah, so that's it. The good is we've made it. The bad is, let's say, the 5 p.m. face-off, and the ugly is the travel schedule for sort of like a home against the Giants.
Yeah, but it's probably because there'll be ice time already booked in after the game, probably for the
They
Becky teams.
can fuck off.
Fucking hell.
Whatever's got it.
Senior, that's how we did. That's how you lose fucking viewers. Jesus Christ, man.
Jeezy pips, man.
There you go.
Right, okay. We'll move on. Jesus. Liam Mean Tattoo sponsored game preview. So it is our Belfast Giants playoff. So, Senior, listen, I've went through all the stats on this one. And I know you love your stat.
Love a start.
This is where it could be won or lost this weekend. One of the surprising stats that I had was actually looking at the blocked shots for both teams. Because it's going to be, I think it is going to come down to who can play defensively better. We could score. Belfast could score. We know that. So it's who's going to be able to shut down and whose goalie's on top on their best game. But yeah, most block shots over both teams is Kyle Pouncey with 70 blocks this year.
Surprising.
I think our next one is 35 block shots. He has 70 block shots throughout the season. The biggest thing for me is the face-offs.
Okay.
This is what's going to win or lose us a game, is face-offs.
I would think Belfast have got a better face-off percentage than us.
By a fair bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as a team, Belfast face-off percentage is 55.81%. So they win more than half of the face-offs.
Yeah.
Stars is just under half at 49.06.
It's no a massive difference, right? But
well,
it will be.
When you break it down further, Senior, which I can do for you. Scott Conway, over the season, 0.54% on face-offs.
Okay.
Ben Lake, I can't see, man, 0.56%. And Pio Moran at 0.57%. So that's the three top face-off takers. Kieran Long's also in there at 0.52, but he's only taken about 200 odd. Zach Sekos has took the most face-offs for us at over 1,200 face-offs this year.
Wow.
Sekos is at 0.56. So he is on par with Lake and just under Moran.
He's on par with some of them, eh?
Yama's next at 0.44 and Kylie at 0.45. Zach Sekos is the only Stars player that has won more face-offs than he's lost. But obviously all of Belfast's players have won more than they've lost. That's where it's going to win it or lose it for what I think.
And you know what? We've noticed it before during games when we're like, just win the fucking face off, right?
Yeah.
I would say this weekend it's probably more important to win your defensive face offs
Yeah.
because then you win the puck. You're not Belfast are not then on the attack because we know what they're going to do. They're going to get the puck to the blue line. They're going to screen the goalie left, right, and centre, and they're
Yeah.
just going to fire pucks.
Yeah.
And a lot of that happens after they win a face off. The face
Yeah.
off will go straight back to the blue line and then the puck's on goal, or it'll go to the winger back to the blue line and straight on goal.
Mhm.
So for us, it is really important to be winning defensive face offs. If
Yeah.
we win offensive face offs, then you're on the attack. But I think certainly away from home, we need to be
Yeah.
defensively sound.
Yeah. Well, speaking of defensively sound, senior, I hate the stat. You know, I hate the stat. The plus minus.
The plus minus.
Belfast do not have a single player in minus this year. Not a single player.
Yep.
Stars only have 4 players in plus,
Yeah.
which is our top forward line in Sekos, Nas, and Harms. And our 4th player is Gary Kelly, who played 2 games. So
Yeah.
great, well done, Gary, for the ice time you got. But
know.
no, so technically 3 players in comparison to Belfast's roster of 125.
But you're right. I think anybody really likes that start. If you didn't like particular players, like there's a lot of fans didn't like Ben O'Connor, so they'll shout about he's minus fucking 21 or whatever it is, minus 18 or something, right? He could have stepped on the ice and they score. Yeah, you get the minus against you, you know. And we understand that. It's no the greatest start, but it just goes to show that for us to get through, that start has to disappear because that you could probably see why they're number 1 in the league and why we are number 8 in the league. We stats like that. If they've not got one person, we are minus start. You would think somebody would have it. It might be very, very low, but you would expect somebody to have it. They've no, so it just goes to show.
Yeah. And this is where it comes down to it's a one-off game. You know, it's a 2 off one-off games. Where absolutely anything could happen. Time on ice, Dryden Dow, highest per game for the Stars at 23 minutes and 58 seconds.
Is that
yeah, that's all. Just 20.
Letting us down, Dryden, if you're listening. Come on, Dryden. It got up to at least 40 minutes again.
Lazy bastard. Lazy bastard could have went up 2 seconds to 24 minutes.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Standards are slipping, Mr. Captain. Dryden, we're joking just in case you didn't get sarcasm. Fuck.
Never thought about that.
Gabe Bast, chubby wee prick. He is the highest time on ice for Belfast at 22 minutes and 4 seconds. But again, they've got about 3 or 4 boys at just over 20 minutes ice time as well. Same with Stars. Power plays in PK. So Belfast power play at 25.16. Stars at 23.26. However, the one stat that does work in Stars' favour for once, the penalty kill. Belfast down at 79.89, whereas Stars is at 81.88. Second best in the league this season.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean we're going to take fucking penalties, though.
No. And you know what? It's quite strange, when you think about the minus stats that we've got, 5 on 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we go on the penalty kill, we're the second best team in the league.
Yeah.
Crazy, yeah.
Yeah. But rounding it off, senior.
Yeah, you got to give me a goalie stat.
No, I've not got a goalie stat. I'm not giving you a goalie stats because we know that we're going to be going up against the best goalie in the league this
But you've
weekend.
no gave her a goalie start. Wow.
We don't need it because
I've got it
the
for you.
two words that you need for the goalie stat is Jackson whistle. And if the
Right.
boy
What was your
McCollum plays, I'm fucking buzzing.
Yeah, so am I. Yeah. Anyway, what was your other start? Have you got another start you said?
The bad one.
Oh.
This season against the Belfast Giants, the Giants are winning the head-to-head by 8-2. The
However,
positive,
here we go.
the
Here we
positive
go. Come on.
is that the form is on our side. We have won the last 2 games against Belfast.
Yeah. And if you go back 3 games, it's an overtime defeat and a win for us, I believe. However, for me then, right, it's down to the goalies. I'm the same as you. If it's McCollum that's playing, delighted. If it's Jackson that's playing, I think we could get him. In Dundee, we could get at him.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you, if I'm Mark, I'm putting, yeah, he's in.
It's got to
No,
be.
absolutely.
Got
Listen,
to be.
Junior. There's no even a debate. There is no way Jarrett Fisk has played all the games now at the end of the season for Richard Sable to suddenly come in against Belfast. It's not happening.
Yeah.
It's not happening. Me personally, I think Sable must have some sort of a niggle that they've not even shared the ice during weekends now. But
Yeah.
I think Jarrett has ended up with a save percentage. Now you got to think about it. This is a first year pro kid, right? He's a young
Yeah.
boy, yeah, that's came into this league, never played pro. He's coming into this league. He came in as a backup, and he's ended up with I think it's 91.17. It's something similar to that. I think he's came on absolutely leaps and bounds, and he has shown now he's ended up being the number one goalie.
Yeah.
And I think the team could see that, and I just think his size helps him.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the teams in the league have got big goalies now, and we've added to that with Jarrett. And if he plays well, I'll tell you, we are in with an absolute shout. I'll tell you,
Yeah.
if we could keep it. I was speaking about it in the work with a couple of boys today. A couple of boys in the work were interested in it. And they were like, so it's aggregate scores. I was like, yeah. And they were thinking, what do you think you've got to keep it to? Have you done a win in Belfast? What have you got to keep it to? And F says, we've got to be within 2. If we could keep it within 2, we're in with a shout. If it's at 3, it's maybe just a wee bit too far. But if we could keep it a 2-goal defeat, I'll tell you, the place will be buzzing on Sunday and we are in with a shout.
I was speaking to Nairn about it earlier, and Nairn said the same. He thinks it's 2. Maybe I'm being quite pessimist with this and probably a bit realist with this. I can't see us winning. I can't see us beating Belfast by 3 goals. I think we need to keep it to 1 in Belfast.
Okay. Yeah.
I think we hate it. I can't see we coming back up the road with the travel and that, the earlier face-off, and then winning by 3 goals if they're already up by 2. Can't see it. But right, what's your score prediction then? Honest predictions, regardless if it's pessimistic or optimistic or not. Honest opinion.
4-2 Giants in Belfast.
I think it's going to be 5-1.
Okay.
I think they're going to be 2. I think they're going to be too much on a high if you win the league.
Okay. I just hope
at
they're
home.
on that much. I hope they're on that much of a high that they underestimate us.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah. So I've went 4-2 away from home. I think it'll be 4-2 us at home. Yeah, go
Can it
figure
be a
it.
draw?
6-all.
Can it be a draw?
Belfast will win it. Belfast will sneak it.
Okay, so you're saying 4-3 Stars after overtime.
Penalties.
4-3 Stars after penalties.
Yeah.
I've actually said 3-2 Stars. I think we'll win the
I think
Sunday
it'll
night.
be. I think it might. You know what? I think if we go out winning, regardless of what happens on the Saturday, if we go out with a very good performance and we beat Belfast, then I think the fans they'll be. I'm not going to say they'll be ecstatic, but they'll be happy. We'll leave the rink a wee bit happy based on that if we can get a win against them. But it is going to be so difficult. You're right, they'll be on a high. I just hope they fucking underestimate where.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'll tell
Keeps
you,
hoping.
if like what Kevin Keegan says, I'd fucking love it if we beat them.
Yeah.
Love it. Everybody's
Indeed.
writing me off already, yeah. Everybody's writing me off. They've started brackets and everything on Twitter and stuff like that. I think I'm the only person when Ed looked at it, I was the only person that said that the Stars will go through. And I always do. Like
Yeah.
when you've probably seen my predictions every weekend. Wherever the Stars are at home and there's 5 games, it's 5 home wins. If they're away, 5 away wins. It's always we've
Yeah.
done that for 2-3 years now. So yeah. So always had to go with the Stars.
Okay.
What happens, right? What happens if we
Mhm.
do get through? Who do we get?
We would be the lowest seed, so we'd get the highest seed, so it'd be Sheffield, for example.
Potentially Sheffield.
We'll come to that. We'll come to that.
No problem, Junior.
But
That's what I
anyway,
want.
You know what, fellas? It's fight night.
Junior versus Senior. The gloves are off. So the gloves are off, Senior, because we do have a Senior. I've got versus the fans on the screen because we changed it. But it is Junior versus Senior because, Senior, we've got a bracket competition to do here.
Oh.
And we're going to see who is the winner at the end of the season for this, because the fans shat themselves this year, Senior. Let's be honest, they did. We had a couple of
They
people
did.
come on, but they shat themselves. A lot of them.
Yeah. Every one of them.
So you know
Run
what?
in their mouth, Junior, and bottled it.
So we've brought it back for me versus you. As you can see on the screen, we do have all of the matchups. So Belfast against the Stars. Sheffield have the Glasgow Clan. Nottingham have the Guildford Flames. And Cardiff have Coventry Blaze. So Senior and I have just obviously clearly predicted there that Belfast would go through on aggregate. Senior, are you sticking with that with your bracket, or are you going to be that guy and put the Stars in?
I'm going with the Stars.
Okay.
I'm going with the Stars.
Right, let me make a note of this. So, Stars. I'm obviously going to go Giants because I think Giants are going through. I want to win this bracket
Okay.
because I hate to beat you. So, Sheffield against Glasgow.
Sheffield.
Yeah, I agree. Sheffield will go through. Nottingham against Guildford.
Nottingham.
That is who I have said as well. Cardiff versus Coventry.
Coventry.
Stop copying us. I have also went Blaze.
The only reason I've said
So-
that is that's what I've went on social media.
Right. So, senior, this is where yours gets a bit funky now.
Yeah.
Sheffield would be the first seed, so they would play us. So,
All right. See, someone was at the bottom of my mind that if we beat Belfast, we took their seeding.
no, it's no. They regroup based on, or certainly that's what it was the year before. They regroup based on us being the lowest still.
Okay.
And Sheffield winning and Belfast going out, Sheffield would become the top seed.
No bother.
So, Sheffield against Stars.
How much do you want to win this, Junior?
Are you going Stars?
Yeah,
Bear in
well,
mind, this
fuck
is
it.
now a one-off game in Nottingham.
Fuck it. Stars.
Okay, so I've obviously got Belfast against Coventry. So I will go. So Belfast versus Coventry. Oh, I really want to go Coventry here, eh? Just to be different. Fuck it, I'm Coventry. And you've got. So where are you now? You've said. Actually, you've got Nottingham against
Yes. And it would be Nottingham.
It would be Nottingham. I've then got Sheffield and Nottingham in the semi. Oh, fuck, that would be a game and a half, in a semi-final. I'm going to go Steelers on that one. So your final it's the Stars against Nottingham.
Yep.
And the Stars are winning it.
Yes, they are. They're winning it 4-3. Xavier Pouliot with the winner.
See, now I know you're just taking the piss. I've then got
Spencer Nass. Spencer Nass is about to fucking turn up. He is going to go. He's going to go all fucking Sebastian Benson on them. I'm telling you.
Okay.
Benson.
Sheffield in my final, and I've got Steelers winning it.
Right. So, whilst you were doing that, and so people couldn't see us, right, I was saying, look. So, the seeding for the semi-final and final will be determined by the original quarter-final rank. So, the highest placed team left in the playoffs will be ranked as the highest seed.
That's what I just said.
You were right. I was just double checking it for you.
I'm right. Come on. Wait, this isn't my first fucking rodeo on this podcast. Come on. Right. Well, that is my brackets then. Senior has the Stars going all the way. And I have Sheffield winning it over Coventry. I'm hoping it's Coventry in the final and they'll fucking Belfast because I don't like them anymore. Right. Round off the show. Slimming World of Stella sponsored on this day. Only two things happened on this day, Senior. We have a birthday today. Born on this day, on the 8th of April, in 1988, was a player, again, who wasn't very good. D-Man.
Wasn't very good.
Well, to be fair, there wasn't very many good players in the Jeff Mason era.
All right.
D-Man, and no, Colin Jones doesn't get two birthdays in a season.
No, I think I can what it is.
Yep.
Is it
Go for it.
Billy McGuinness's, mate?
Could be. No, him. No, the big.
All right.
He was older than 1988, lad.
Was he?
God,
Right,
he was an old man. Born on this day, 1988. Happy birthday to Devon Daniels.
Gilmore Jr., I think there was a player in there, eh?
Nah, he was
He
just
just-
like
I'll
Yeah.
tell you, there was a player in there, he just wasn't a D-man.
well, yeah, I was gonna say it wasn't a fucking D man.
He'd have been better playing as a winger.
And I didn't really want to leave this part for the end of the show because I'm going to get fucking riled about it again. And I get riled every time I speak about it. On this day in 2017, we
Here
had
come the Cardiff Devils.
a fucking playoff semi-final loss in Nottingham to the Cardiff Devils by 4-2. Kevin Hart, Brett Switzer put Stars 2-0 up, and they could not have the little fucking team get to the final. And the commentators even said it that day, that there was hundreds of penalties no called for us and loads of soft shit called against us. It was an absolute travesty. Somebody needs to look at the fucking betting accounts for that game. We were absolutely robbed. And to be fair, we're running out of steam come that third period because we were fucking knackered. But we were fucking robbed and we lost the game. And that is on this day. I'm annoyed again.
And we were there.
That was it. We were interviewed on the radio.
We were there, weren't we? We were there.
There with Donnelly and his ridiculous fucking snoring.
Oh, Ken. I'll tell you, I'd put up his fucking snoring now. But anyway.
No, God, I know.
Just thinking back to then, you would like to think, right? There's always going to be a team that shocks everybody, right?
Mm-hmm.
And why go out and do that? You know, why fucking blow a team out again? Why? Just if the wee team gets here, the wee team fucking gets here.
Yeah.
But you know
Happened
what?
with
They're only a small team. In stature, right? They deserve to be there. And when they were there, right, they were on a level fucking playing field with these guys, right?
Yeah.
And they played fucking well. And they had a good season. They fucking, Now you've got me started.
Wait, now you're getting right. I fucking said I should have started the show with it. I should have started on this day, and we should have went in the positive of we made the playoffs this year. But anyway.
Well, listen. Let's finish on a high, right? We were written. We're getting written off already, right? We were written off against Sheffield.
Yeah.
And we beat them home and away, or away and home.
Yeah.
We got a bit of a shiter though when they fucking decided to take about a fucking 3-0 lead, but we'll no bother about that. However, we come back. But what I will say is the atmosphere of that game is what we really need on Sunday.
But again,
if we could keep it,
yeah,
whether we're winning or whether we could keep it tight, as I say, maybe 1-2 a push, and then everybody brings the noise like what happened.
That's going to be the deciding factor, though, is the result on Saturday. If we get, if it's 4 or 5 goals,
I
can't see it.
Yeah, I would agree with you. But if we can keep it tight, we'll get the atmosphere we had against Sheffield, and then we'll maybe start annoying a few people on the bench.
I'm just going to annoy a few people on the bench anyway. I did forget to say actually that chubby wee prick was injured last weekend.
Yeah,
which is a good thing. Let's be honest, he is a fucking good player.
Yes. But
if we could get him on ice, and wind him up. But I was speaking earlier on about it. We need shitebag Sonch. We need shitebag Sekos. We need that wee prick Harms. We need them riling them up at the weekend because they'll fucking bite.
Yeah, well, definitely.
And pull you up to go right through Bermuda.
There you go. Yeah, and I'll tell you, we need Puliot to be in the Kyle Haas mode.
Oh, yes.
That's what we need.
Oh, yes.
Right? He's there, and you know what? Kyle lost the tatty a couple of times, but he fucking knew. He knew when to play the fucking enforcer and when to play the hockey player. But always let people know, if you start, I'm going to fucking smash you.
Yeah.
And if we're getting bumped in Belfast, I hope he smashes somebody on Sunday. Just for the sake of it.
That chubby wee prick. That'd be great.
Just for the sake of it. Any of
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. Well, let's hope. Fingers crossed. We've still got a game on Sunday. Or you know what I mean? We've still got a game of it on Sunday.
So we could ask for
and
Junior.
that we could bring the noise and hopefully give ourselves a chance of making it to the final four. Senior, enjoy the rest of your week.
Try my best.
Viewers, listeners, enjoy your week. Safe travel, everyone going to Belfast on Saturday. I know there's a couple of buses going over. And yeah, safe journey back up the road. And we'll see you all loud and proud, hopefully in a tight game, on Sunday.